Hey guys, Brian from Phone Arena here with a look at the LG Marquee from Sprint. The Marquee is a rebranded Optimus Black and retains much of what we liked from the original. It has a very thin 9.1 millimeter body, so this thing is incredibly thin, one of the thinnest phones on the market. Still managed to have a 4-inch display, and that happens to be an LG Nova panel. For those of you not familiar with the Nova panels, they are very bright, they are very crisp. They have fantastic viewing angles and can be seen in pretty much any lighting condition. So it's an excellent display. Not sure if the video shows off just how good the crispness and the text is there, but we really like this display. Like we said, this is the fashionable one in the Optimus lineup. So the back here, not sure how well this is picking up on camera, but you've got some, in this case, horizontal lines running or vertical when you have the phone up. And then the whole surface is kind of chromed and mirrored. Looks really good, the little LG logo. We got the phone's single speaker and the 5 megapixel camera with LED flash on the back here. It's not covered in soft touch, so it's a little bit slippery, but it's really not too bad. It's got a little grip to it or stickiness for some reason, although it's not textured, so we're not really sure how. But in addition to being just 9.1 millimeters thin, we also have the tapered edges here, and that means when you're actually holding it in the hand, it feels even thinner. The thing just slides in your pocket with ease. There's no problem with it. It's a really fantastically designed device. We love the feel of it. One of the other really cool features, if you look down at the bottom, we see just our standard navigation keys for Android. However, as we tap them, it glows blue for just a second. Nothing major, just one of those things that we really like to see, something that kind of differentiates it from other devices. But the standard design here, we have basically a black slab. You do have a 2 megapixel camera up front in addition to the 5 megapixel one in the back. And you also have a customizable key over here with the volume rocker, a sliding micro USB port, and the power button and headset jack. So all in all, we really like the design of it. The display is excellent. This feels great in the hand and slides nicely in our pocket. There's really not a whole lot to say about the interface here. This is a pretty standard Sprint ID and vanilla Android experience. If you don't have any ID packs, you have basically just Android. There's not much going on here. It is running Android 2.3.4 Gingerbread. There are not really any pre-installed apps except for we've got Polaris Office, Smart Share, and a couple of the Sprint apps. The Smart Share is the DLNA app, so you can share your devices across different TVs and computers on your home network, so that's a really cool thing. The browser is the standard Android browser, a little bit slow to load, a little bit slower than we'd like to load. We shouldn't say it's slow, but we've seen faster ones for sure. You of course have the pinch to zoom, you have the double tap to zoom, so everything works pretty well. A little bit of lagginess and choppiness there. It was actually loading a page while we were doing that. So all in all, not the greatest browser performance, but at the same time, it's not the worst in the world. It's powered by a TI OMET processor at 1 gigahertz. It's just a single core. Quadrant scores were only in the mid to upper 900s, so not anything world-beating, but like we've said many times in the past, those scores don't really mean a whole lot. And we have not experienced any lag when using the device. It's very fluid, very smooth. We really like the feel of the operating system all around. There's really not a whole lot to complain about with the LG Marquee. The biggest thing is the camera performance indoors. It was relatively stellar outdoors for what it is, but indoors everything got grainy, lost a lot of detail, so it could definitely pick that up. The battery life is only 5.5 hours, which is also pretty low, even for a smartphone, and especially considering the Nova panels are supposed to be more power-friendly than other displays on the market. But callers really were impressed with the phone. They said it's one of the better phones we've tested. They sounded great to us, plenty of volume. Like we said, the performance has been just fine, even though it's got those low quadrant scores. It flies through pretty much everything we've thrown at it, so nothing too special. This isn't a big boy phone. This is not the Evo 3D. This is not the Photon or the Samsung Epic 4G Touch. But as far as the rest of the phones on Sprint's lineup go, and even the other phones like the Droid Incredible 2, this one's a pretty solid contender with the good price point and an amazing screen and the real thin design. So if you're in the mood for a phone that isn't quite the top of the line, but you want a little bit more out of it, the LG Marquee definitely gets our vote, and you should take a look at it.